So if you're trying to think, you cannot flow. Please write this down. If you're thinking, you don't flow. When your mind is suspended, then you're in flow. But how can your mind suspend? How can you not think and move? Because the movement is disciplined and it's already ingrained. So you already know each of the actions. You don't need to think. There's no thinking because you know what's next. It's ingrained. It's subconscious. Now all you're doing is flowing. And that's where the magic happens. The magic, the miracles manifest in flow. Miracles don't manifest in form. Goals manifest in form. Miracles manifest in flow. When you're practicing Tai Chi, it's all about the flow. You allow, feel the energy, and you flow. And when you are in flow with the energy, the action is beautiful. Because your whole body moves like water, and it's in the flow. It flow. But this flow does not happen with you trying to flow first. Somebody said, how do you do Tai Chi? You say, oh, like this. Okay. Oh, yeah, just flow. Flow? How would you flow? So many years ago, when I started learning Tai Chi, I remember seeing the teacher. Wow, it looked so good. The way they were moving, wow, that flow looked amazing. And I thought, wow, I want to do that. How do I move like that? They said, no. This, you are feeling the energy. But right now, you're confused about the form. So if you're trying to think, you cannot flow. Please write this down. If you're thinking, you don't flow. When your mind is suspended, then you're in flow. But how can your mind suspend? How can you not think and move? Because the movement is disciplined and it's already ingrained. So you already know each of the actions. You don't need to think. There's no thinking because you know what's next. It's ingrained. It's subconscious. Now all you're doing is flowing. And that's where the magic happens. The magic, the miracles manifest in flow. Miracles don't manifest in form. Goals manifest in form. Miracles manifest in flow. Now, what does this mean? So, let's say, for example, if I had a piano here and you didn't play the piano, and I say, okay, well, you need to learn the foundations first. This is how to play the piano. These two hands, these fingers. And you say, okay, thank you so much for teaching me, but I want to do it my way. If you try to get success from that your way, it's very hard to get the results. You will never even find your authentic way or your way of showing it. The way to do it is to say, okay, this is boring, I get it. But these are the drills I need to learn because these are the solid foundations. And just let me do that until I get it and I get results doing it. Once I get results, can I change the way I'm seated? Yes. Can I change the way? Yes, of course. Just like building a house. If you've never built a house before, you ask a coach, a mentor, hey, how do you build a house? I want to build my own. They say, well, first you need to drill, dig, and lay the strong foundations using these steel blocks. And then you build the bricks. And you listen to that and you're like, aha, I get you. Thank you for sharing that with me, but I'm different. I'm going to try my way. I'm going to try using some flour and egg and instead of cement. because I like flour and egg. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about you. You will not have the strong foundations. But when you have the strong foundations and you've laid a solid house, now can I say, let me try paint the door a different color, see what happens. Let me try to change a material here, see what happens. You keep the ones that work, you throw the ones that don't work. You get the results and you make it your own. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? The same way I started in the noodle business, the same way I started in my fashion business, the same way I started in my recycling business, the same way I started in everything, I just always go to somebody who's achieved in that area. I ask them, how is it done? And the biggest contribution towards any of my successes are, I just listen, I keep it simple, I don't like to overthink, and I just do as I'm told. Once I get some results, then I allow my creative spark to come in to change a few colors here and there and see and try and make it my own. Just like how I learned to speak on stage. Oh, Master's natural at this. He must be born to speak. No, I went to speaker training. I paid for it. I invested a lot of money in fact. A lot of coaches, a lot of mentors. So I paid for a lot of mentors, a lot of coaches. I learned the foundations. How to speak on stage is to stand in the middle in the power circle, keep one hand up, the other hand goes up, a hand raised looks like this. I scan to the left to the right and I ask, raise your hands if. That's how I start the sentence. I learned this. Now people say, Master, you're so authentic on stage, you just flow. I say, yes. I can only be in flow state now. It's because I mastered the form. And that's why I always have a saying. What's that saying? How does it go? Master the form and flow with the formless. Your goal is to master the form and flow with the formless. The form is your foundations. You don't change it. It stays. It works. It's proven. That's the form. You flow with the formless. I want everyone to understand that. Only goals manifest in form. Miracles manifest in flow. Because what is flow state? Flow state is the balance between discipline and surrender. Discipline is the form. Surrender is the flow. It's the formless. Anybody who's learned any musical instrument before know exactly the same. It's the same. You know it's the same. When you are thinking, you don't access flow. All right, okay, I'm a singer. What's the lyrics again? Okay, remember the lyrics, remember the lyrics, remember the lyrics. You perform, you forget the lyrics, and you're shocked because you remembered it all through rehearsals. But when you think about remembering the lyrics, you don't remember the lyrics because you're thinking. You're not in flow. You're not at your best performance. When you think, okay, what are the chords? What are the chords? Okay, remember the chords. I'm performing. You will forget. You will not perform. When you're in flow, you perform at peak potential. You manifest miracles. But you cannot flow without form, is my message right now. You cannot flow without form. Yeah, I just like to flow. Go with the flow. How many of you know some go with the flow people? Or how many of you are go with the flow people? YOLO! Just flow. Go with the flow. Whatever happens. Okay? Let me tell you something. I highly doubt. This is not me having a stab at you. This is you having a stab at yourself, okay? But I highly doubt people who just YOLO their way through life. And I just in ultimate flow all the time with everything that I do. I go with the flow. I highly doubt your 4 pillars are satisfied. I highly doubt your 4 pillars are abundant. I highly doubt. You can say, yeah, but I'm happy with life. Yeah, okay. But that's not abundant in all 4 areas. Because to be abundant with any of the 4 pillars, It takes form. Then the miracle unfolds with flow.